the treasure hound. Here we go. $10 bills. I've been wanting to do more 10s lately. So here's $1,000 worth of 10s. I haven't gone through them at all. They're all mixed up. I'm going to have to straighten them out. I've been wanting to do more 10s just because I think that they're kind of the sleeper of the note world, and that people don't really pay much attention to them. I think most people focus on 1s, sometimes 5s and 20s. But so I got hopes that we're going to have some, oh my gosh, this is a mess. Hopes that we're going to get some interesting notes in here, just because I don't think they're searched as frequently. So that's my theory anyway. I don't know if it's true, but we're going to find out. So what we're going to be looking for are star notes, which are when the last letter is dropped off and there will be a star there in its place, and that indicates that there was a printing error on the first note. Oh my goodness, people, I can see one right now. Boom. Right there. There's a star note right off the bat. So if you look, normally there's a letter at the end of the serial number. Here we have a star instead. So this one, there was an error, and when they went to replace the error note, they want to use the same serial number, but it can't be exactly the same for bookkeeping purposes. So they dropped the last letter and they put a star on the replacement note, and then they destroyed the error note. So this is the replacement note. And what you do when you find one, you go to mycurrencycollection.com and you look it up, and it'll give you a scale of less rare to more rare. The more rare, obviously, the better in terms of valuation, potential valuation. And yeah, so you just look them up, and depending on the rarity, put them on eBay and see how they do. So this one, I'm going to look it up, and I'll put it right there for you. And so you know what it's, how rare it is, not what it's worth, but how rare it is right now. I don't know yet, but we'll put that one aside. That's exciting to get one early on. I like that. So yeah, so that's a star note. Oh boy, sorry. I'm trying to get these somewhat facing the same way. So far, that kind of helps my theory a little bit. Small sample size though, so we'll see if we find any more. All right, let's try these. Oh boy, that guy doesn't want to cooperate. So that's one thing that I'm looking for. The other thing that I'm looking for, you'll notice that I'm flipping them on the back. That's just to see if there's any clear errors on the back that, you know, maybe it's printed upside down or something bizarre, or half printed. I don't know. Just anything weird that's going to jump out right away at me. Mostly I'm just focusing on the front. The other thing that I'm looking for is what's called fancy serial numbers. And so I'm looking at the numbers, and you look for things like numbers in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or if they're super low numbers or super high numbers, those are also good. If they repeat, if they're in blocks, anything like that, they call them fancy numbers. And again, much like star notes, there is no price guide. It's whatever someone is willing to pay. And so you can look up comps on eBay to give you kind of a general ballpark estimate of what you might be able to get for a particular star note or fancy serial number. This one's interesting. This is, you know, whenever you have like numbers blocked together. So here we have 4 1s all together, but 3 in a row. That's decent, but that's not going to be really eBay worthy. This is something that maybe someone, if they were a collector and they came across it in the wild, so to speak, like in their change, then they might hold on to it just because it's kind of interesting. And if it wasn't for those 4 8s, this is binary because there's only 2 kinds of numbers, 1s and 2s. The 4 or 8 kind of throws it off. If those were 1s and 2s also, then this would be a really good note to put on eBay. So for my purposes, not really one for eBay. Other people might want to hold on to it, but, you know, just for fun. But not me. That's not what I'm interested in. Here's another one with a 3 in a row, block of 5s there. Again, not really my cup of tea, but as far as resell, oh my goodness, people. As far as reselling them, a block of 7s would probably sell better than any other number, just because a lot of gamblers tend to be superstitious, and so they might think the 7s are good luck or whatever, you know, like a jackpot. But yeah, I don't know. Not terribly uncommon. This one's a little low on the number scale, a little low, but not eBay low. A little bit of repeater there. Well, this one's interesting. So this is called a trinary. And it's a trinary because we have 3 different numbers. We have 0s, 6s, and 1s, and that's it. And it's it's a little low, but it's not, noteworthy low. This one I might put aside. Maybe I'll consider putting it on eBay. I don't know. We'll put it to the side for now, just because that's an interesting note. A note like that, I'm guessing it's a $10 face value. I'm guessing on a good day I can get maybe 15 for it. So it's not going to be anything amazing or anything like that. But yeah, the home run is if you get like a 0000001 note. A dollar bill that's all zeros and then a 1 at the end is the first dollar bill in that series, and you can get about $15,000 for a dollar bill like that. Obviously, there's only 1 in each series, and so they're extraordinarily rare, difficult to come across. But if you don't look, you're never going to find one. So it pays to look. I go through my change if I'm buying something in cash, which is rare nowadays, I know. But if I am, then I'll go through my change and see if I could see any star notes or anything like that in there. I know people who are cashiers, or maybe they work at banks and now they're getting in the habit of going through them, or at least as they come across them, give them a quick glance to see if there's a star note. Maybe not for fancy serial numbers, but definitely for star notes. People are starting to pay more attention to it. And if you're watching this, maybe you're one of those people who's learning about it and trying to see what it's all about some more. Like I say in all my videos, aside from the cost of your time to go to the bank, which if you're already going to the bank anyway, it's kind of a non-issue. What was that? That looked weird on the back. Oh, I don't know. Also, if you live near a bank, there's the cost of gas and stuff if you don't live near a bank. That's almost interesting, but not quite. Wait, was that? No. Okay. But other than that, there's no real cost. Like this strap of 10s, it cost me, what, $1,000, I think? And even if these special ones so far end up not being so special and not rare and not worth all that much, I still have $1,000. So I can still spend it. I can still bring it into the bank and exchange it for other notes if I wanted to. I can, There we go. That's another trinary. 0s, 3s, and 7s on this one. I like the little 007 at the end. That might appeal to some James Bond fans if they're collectors. So we'll put that aside too. Maybe throw that up on eBay. Another $15 note or so, if we're lucky. Some of these get really close to being decent, so it takes me an extra second to look at them and really see, okay, is this decent or is it not? So if you see me pause extra long on some of them, that's why. I'm just taking extra time to scrutinize it. Three 2s in a row. If you notice that I missed anything, sometimes when I talk, I kind of lose my focus a little bit. So if you do see that I missed something that's potentially good, please point it out in the comments. People have caught a couple trinaries that I did not catch, so I appreciate that. You know who you are. Man, we started off so good with that star note early on. Maybe my theory's not panning out. This one feels interesting. I don't know what it is about this note. It feels funny. I mean, I'm sure it's real, but there's just a funny, I don't know, texture to it. Series 2017. I don't know. I don't know how to describe that one. They all came straight from the bank. So you'll notice, like this one, for example, you can see how much darker the serial number is than on that one. I hope you can see that. This one's a lot darker. Usually doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. It's just kind of when they replace the ink, it just kind of happens that way sometimes. Almost a trinary. Sometimes you'll see like one number, one letter is darker than the other, or maybe it's off center or raised up a little bit. Again, those are pretty common issues. Nothing. Oh, this is kind of neat. 05040208. So that one's pretty cool. I don't know how you'd classify it, but I'm going to put that one aside just because I think it's interesting. I don't know if anybody else will think it's interesting, but they might. Oh, look at that. Talked about the 3 7s in a row. So this is something that maybe someone might buy for Las Vegas or something. Call it a lucky note. Probably not, but I'll put it aside anyway. This one's pretty cool. Not eBay cool, but cool anyway. 4848854. Almost cool note. Five 33666. All right, I guess that's it. $1,000 in tens. We have 1 star note and a 777. It's kind of interesting little number here. And 2 trinaries as well. So all things considered, not too bad. Wasn't a total goose egg. Every now and then I'll find multiple star notes, but it's not terribly uncommon to just not find any, and that's okay. You just go exchange them and get a new batch and try again. So sometimes my videos, I don't pre-sort these, and so sometimes I don't find anything, and people get upset about that, but that's just the reality of what it's like to do this hobby. So sometimes you do great, sometimes you do okay like this, other times you get nothing at all. But we'll look these up, look this one up anyway, the star note, and we'll see how rare it is. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. We're gonna do more of these garage sales, estate sales, maybe some storage lockers. I don't know yet. Depends on how much room I can make in the garage. But yeah, thanks for watching.